Welcome to another edition of Do You Believe? I've been off for a couple of weeks now because of the holidays. I hope everybody had a great Christmas and New Year's, and we're ready to settle in and watch what God does in 2024. Now, I'm not on camera today. I don't feel well, but I'm going to do this anyway because I think it's important to get this word out. There is a woman, an Israeli woman named Carolyn Glick. She is a conservative journalist and author. She writes for the Israel Hayam, also the Breitbart News and the Jerusalem Post, and she has a Jewish syndicated show. She's a senior fellow for the Middle East Affair at Washington, D.C., Base Center for Security Policy, and director of the Israeli Security Project. She is a wealth of knowledge, and she's been able to come up with some real proof about the lies we're being told by our own media, who have drank the Kool-Aid and bought into the propaganda of the Palestinians. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Caroline Glick.
Hi, welcome to another episode of the Carolyn Glick Show. I want to start this show a little differently. I want you to watch a clip. What you're about to see is a recorded conversation between an IDF officer and a civilian in Gaza talking about the humanitarian aid situation. Just sit back and watch this for about a minute.
الوضع مزري لانه الناس اللي ماسكه الزبونات عشان تبقى فاهم الناس اللي ماسكه المساعدات كمان حراميه من الاخر.
ليش المساعدات حرامية؟ يعني في هناك عناصر حماس اللي عم ياخذوا من هذا الأكل من المساعدات الإنسانية.
أكيد ما هم وين حماس وين موجودة وين بتكون موجودة بتخرب.
بس هذا المكان هو للمساعدات الإنسانية، يعني يجب عليهم إعطاء الغذاء إلى المدنيين. شو دخل حماس هناك؟
ما هو حماس يا سيدي العزيز، حماس حاطه ايدها على كل حاجه عشان تبقوا انتم فاهمين. حماس حاطه ايدها على موظفين الوكاله، هم القيادات في رئاسه الوكاله، هم المسؤولين في الجمعيات، هم المسؤولين في هان وهان. من يوم ما مسكوا البلد وهم ماسكين كل حاجه لها سيطره على البلد.
يعني ما عم يعطوا المدنيين ولا اي غذاء؟
بيعطوا خصاتهم بالاول.
وانتم يعني جربتم تحكوا مع الوكالة وتقولوا لهم هذا الشيء، يعني ومسؤولين الوكالة
مع مين بدك؟
مسؤولين
اللي بيحكي
مسؤولين الوكالة كمان عم يتعاملوا مع حماس؟
سيدي موظفين الوكالة هم حماس.
Okay, so what did we just find out here? Since the very beginning of this conflict, the ultimate demand of the United States in the name of the so-called international community has been that Israel must allow humanitarian aid into Gaza, and the organization that's overseeing it is the supposedly neutral and independent United Nations through UNRWA, the organization dedicated to the Palestinians. And what we just heard here is, and we knew this already, and I've been speaking about this for weeks and weeks and weeks, that UNRWA is a wholly owned subsidiary of Hamas. It's controlled by Hamas. All of its directors are Hamas, so that literally the United States is demanding that Israel resupply Hamas. That's what we found out here with absolutely no doubt anymore. All of these trucks, 200 trucks, 300 trucks, 70,000 trucks, whatever a day, it's all going to Hamas, and they're the ones who get to decide who gets what, when, and how much, and they get it first. So to discuss this, I have two incredible guests today. They're both members of a really important organization called Mothers of Warriors, which is an organization of mothers of men, fighting men who are in Gaza, and women who are in Gaza now fighting. And They have a very clear demand of from the government of Israel: stop with this humanitarian aid farce. So first of all, I want to welcome both of you. I have Gal Carmeli here, and so thank you for coming. And I'm going to turn to you second, and also Hada Katan. And I want to, and before actually I start with you, I just want to tell you guys that right now, as we're speaking, the organization Mother of Warriors has just set up a sort of a protest tent outside of the Knesset to call for an end to the humanitarian aid. So first of all, I want to talk to you for a second, Gal. You come at this from a unique angle. It's not that you have children in Gaza. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your story?
So everything that's being exposed to even more nowadays is something that for years we've kind of realized ever since my brother was killed.
Your brother Sean?
My brother Sean, yeah, he moved from Texas. He was we all grew up in Texas, and he moved to Israel at the age of 16, and he drafted to the army. He was a lone soldier, and in the 2014 Operation Protective Edge War, Sean, along with his brigade, they were the first to enter. Yeah, the Golani brigade. They were the first to enter. He was actually the first to enter Sajia. A couple days after the war started, they entered Sajia, and within about an hour or so, Sean, along with 12 other Golani soldiers, were killed. When they entered Sajia, the whole region over there, the whole area was under heavy fire. Lots of fire and rockets coming from the Wafa hospital, which does not exist any longer.
So let's just talk about it. Let's stop.
Mm-hmm.
They came in, they were in jeeps, I think, right?
Yeah, Sean was in a Namel, and they were in a tank, right? The Nagmash.
So they were in an armored personnel carrier and a tank. And they came under RPG, rocket, and small arms fire from a hospital.
From the hospital and all nearby area.
So what have we learned here from Carolyn Glick? We learned, one, that the appearance of the Biden administration in sole support of Israel is a lie. They're also demanding that we support the Hamas by sending truck after truck after truck after truck and tons and tons and tons of food and water and medicines into Gaza, which Hamas gets, and anything left over they give to the Palestinian people that are there. I hate calling them Palestinians because there's no such thing as Palestine, but that's what they call themselves, so we'll let it go. But the truth is, they are double-faced, double-minded, and talking out of the side of their mouth or their neck, trying to make you believe that we're 100% behind Israel, and it's not so. And then we're getting lied to by our media, which is nothing new. That shouldn't be a shock to anyone. Donald Trump calls it fake news, and it is fake news. You can go all over the world and find news, and it doesn't, it's not even close to what's being reported here. What's being reported here is what they want you to believe, not the truth, not facts. So, I don't want to be doom and gloom, but I'm just saying, if we don't pay attention to what's going on, if for any reason these goobers on the left get reelected into office again next year, this year coming up in November, it's going to get tremendously worse than what you can even imagine. So let's pay attention to what's going on, even though there are those in the Christian community who believe that we have no business being involved in politics. Well, I got news for them. They need to read the Bible. God is a government God, and God is involved in everything. Yes, he's involved in politics too. Now, not the politics as we see them, but as far as good is and evil is, he's involved in it. And believe me, there's a lot of evil to go around right now. Okay? So yes, he's involved in the political arena. He knows, and he's not a Democrat, and he's not a Republican, but he knows their hearts, and he knows who's good and who's not. He's involved, people. And if he's involved, then we need to be involved. So until next time, pay attention, watch what's going on, don't believe everything you hear, and God be with you.